So the first part is in the garage here. This is the first attic here, but there's a tall cathedral ceiling in the middle of this house, and I can't access the other side, so I have to go in the house to access the other attic side. That's the finished product for first portion, and then I'm going to ask to see what we're going to do about this cathedral, right? Because you see on the other side there is another attic, and yeah, typically we go over, but we'll see if in this situation we will do some loose fill over this. So this is the door to the garage. And this is the cathedral. And then this is the second attic entrance. Okay, so this here is the second attic. And this is the other side of the cathedral ceiling. Right? So I'm going to have to cover a bit of the slope. Yeah, so I have to cover this slope here. You can see that there's already condensation happening right here because the paper is blowing the heat in to try and dry as mud, but we haven't come yet to insulate, and so the parts that are not insulated start getting this condensation. So that's why we have to literally be either the same day or the next day at most when it gets cold, because right now it's at 6 degrees. It's warming up, but it still creates condensation because obviously the air is so humid as well, the ambient air. Alright, so yeah. Okay, so here's the finished product of the second attic. There we go. That carpet ceiling I was talking about right here is that one side that was hidden, and then the other side was over here on that end. And then this is sort of that difference in height. So, and then this is our nice border that we just made from cardboard, just to heighten the border around the attic hut. Alright, so I wanted to show you here, this is the second house I'm doing today, and you see this little wall here, so that's a coffered ceiling, and so I have to make sure that I have to cover that fully, and the R60 is definitely going to go on top of that, but on top of the coffered ceiling I put another R60, so there sort of should be a difference when you look at it when it's finished of the height of that coffered ceiling. Okay, so I will show you the end product after I'm done here. As you see this little gap right here, that little corner, there's a flat ceiling part. Well, there's maybe one bat there. On the other side I think that it's actually bare, so I definitely have to make sure that I cover all of this. So I'm going to stick the hose right in there like that, and then cover it nicely just like that. fill that gap. Right? And I didn't get the other spot, so I'm gonna have to do it again. Right, you see that little area over there? Cover that up. Just like that. And then same thing to the other side as well. Alright, so I'm covering it. I'm making sure that I am getting that exterior wall as well at the far end of that coffered ceiling. And I've identified that sort of that little area right there is the end of the coffered ceiling, as well as over here. And so that's where I need to build it up flush at 22.25, and then yeah, basically that's that, and then have that difference of height here versus down here. This is what I'm talking about here, the finished product. So it's flush all the way across and it fits down, and then here is sort of the exterior wall that's also covered nicely as well on an angle, but that's okay. Right, finish off this part here. Alrighty. Alright, so before I finish off here, I want to show you this quickly. So I'm going to have to raise the border here, because this is only made about, you know, a foot high here. So I'm going to have to raise it so that it accepts that R60. The rest of it looks really nice. Then I'll be able to finish off the rest of this attic from the attic hatch. But I'm going to use cardboard here for now, because, well, the guys didn't use OSB for some reason.